Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Merker Gymnasium on the campus of Stonehill College here in northeastern Massachusetts for the NCAA Division II East Regional Championship, featuring the top seed, the Stonehill College Skyhawks, against the number 3 seed, the Devils of the University of the Sciences. Good to have you with us here inside the Merker Gymnasium. Alongside Charlie Bergeron, I'm Steven Zerdalian. Should be a good game here between two teams that have played well all season long. And finally, Charlie, the talking is done. We've had 5 months with these teams. Early morning practices, travel, homework on buses, high level of basketball throughout the East region. And the winner takes home not only the East Regional Trophy, but they get a chance to go to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and an opportunity to play in the Elite Eight for the national championship. And Charlie, what we've seen over the past couple of days in this regional, two teams that have found different ways to win and star players making things happen.
And it comes down, as we have seen, to the way these teams can play defense. They are both known for it. I think the Sciences more so than the Skyhawks, but Stonehill in those first 2 games, as you can see, pretty even match. You look at the numbers. I think the one number that might be a little bit of a stretch would be the Skyhawks have been a better rebounding team, but you look at everything else, pretty even when you really break it right down.
Sciences beat LIU Post and Bentley to get here. The Bentley game in particular was an outstanding basketball game on Saturday. Stonehill, meanwhile, took care of Southern Connecticut State and St. Thomas Aquinas to reach the regional final. Stonehill has only won 2 regionals in their history back in 1994 and 95. Sciences, well, not only have they never been to this stage before, no team from the CACC, their conference, has ever won a regional, so there's multiple pieces of history at stake for them. Stonehill, meanwhile, they've fallen short in the regional final a couple of times since 1995, and they'd like to get over that finishing line and represent the region and the NE10 in the Elite Eight.
Most recently 2015, where they came oh so close right down to the final 30 seconds of that game before they came up short to New Haven. So they've been there. Some of the players from this team were there for that, most notably Kelly Martin, who has been their standout NE10 Player of the Year. She's been tremendous on both ends of the floor. Both teams have been getting good contributions from their bench as well.
And once we get to the Elite Eight stage, all the 8 regional winners will be reseeded. It should be an interesting mix there. Across the country, there's 8 regions in Division II. Stonehill is one of 6 number 1 seeds still alive. 2 have already been eliminated. But once you get to this stage, Charlie, the seeds kind of don't matter. You earn your way here, and it's really how you play on the day.
And there were times during this season when the Sciences, you certainly could have made an argument for them being the number 1 seed. You lose a game late in the season, and your 2 other challengers, Stonehill and Bentley, kept winning, and that might have bumped the Sciences down to that 3 seed. They could have been a 1, they could have been a 2. You're right. Numbers don't matter at this point. We got 40 minutes of good basketball, and with the students back on campus here at Stonehill College, this place is going to get very, very loud.
Interestingly, we have a rematch in this game, actually. The 2 programs had never played each other until this year. They faced off at the end of December in Philadelphia, which is where the University of Sciences is located. That was a terrific basketball game you can see here. Stonehill actually led early in the 4th quarter. Sciences went on a 13-2 run and ended up pulling away down the stretch. But the venue is different, the stakes are different, and it really should be a very interesting game today.
Yeah, these 2 teams are so well coached. Trish Brown, her 17th season with Stonehill. Jackie Hartzell, the CACC Coach of the Year for the 2nd time in her 5 years. No secrets. Let's go play.
Science is 30-3 coming in, the Central Atlantic Collegiate Conference champion. Stonehill with a big contingent here. Students back off spring break today, and they have packed Merker Gymnasium and have created a really raucous atmosphere, which should be a lot of fun. Stonehill comes in at 28-3, and they lost in the NE10 championship game against Bentley in overtime in a classic, and we may just be fortunate enough to be graced with a similarly terrific game.
I think we're going to be graced with another game that's going to come down to the last couple of possessions.
We'll take a look at the starting lineups in just a minute, but first, our national anthem here at the Merker Gymnasium. You're watching the NCAA Division II East Regional Championship game from northeastern Massachusetts.
Our national anthem.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups for today's game between Stonehill and Sciences. We're going to see a lot of seniors on both of these rosters, plenty of experience. For Sciences, they're led by CACC Player of the Year Sarah Abenizio, a 5'8 senior from Westchester, Pennsylvania. Alex Thomas, an all-CACC performer who's a 5'9 junior from Hawkinson, Delaware. Colleen Walsh and Laura Trish up front, good ball handlers, good shooters, and Jordan Vitelli, an outstanding three-point shooter, a sophomore from Warrington, Pennsylvania. They're coached by Jackie Hartzell in her 5th season at the school. This is a team that loves the three-point shot. They average 10 makes per game, but they play a spread kind of an offense that allows a lot of different players to shine.
They average 10 a game, Steve, but by the same token, the Stonehill defense is very, very good against the three ball. They are in the top 15 in the NCAA in defending the three ball. So, again, a great matchup. I think you've got a big three on both sides of the ball that are going to be the difference makers before we're done.
So you had a look at Jackie Hartzell there, 106 and 44 on her time so far at Sciences. Meanwhile, for Stonehill, it starts with the guards. NE10 Player of the Year, Kelly Martin, a senior from Situate, Mass. Courtney Walsh, also a senior. She hails from Windham, New Hampshire. Up front, Samantha Highslip from Westford, Mass. Also an all NE10 player. Elizabeth Grip, the senior from Shrewsbury, Mass. The NE10 Defensive Player of the Year, one of the best shot blockers in the country. And sophomore Grace Cowder, rounding out a starting five that has experience, size, and quality.
And led by, as you mentioned, Kelly Martin, who not only can score, I thought she did a phenomenal job in their regional semifinal defensively, because the Skyhawks had their hands full with Stack, but what a job Kelly Martin did on Jenna Erickson, holding her to just 2 for 12 shooting. I'll be very curious to see how the matchups work, because we saw Sarah Abenizio the last couple of games. She has such a quick first step. Someone for the Skyhawks is going to have to be the answer to slow her down. I'll be curious to see if Trish Brown goes with Kelly Martin on Abenizio.
And there's a good look at Trish Brown, the 4-time NE10 Coach of the Year, including this year. 343 and 160. It's her 17th season. She's been to the regional championship 3 times before and has come up short each time, including a very difficult to swallow loss in 2015 against New Haven, a game that Stonehill had the ball and the lead with 35 seconds left, but New Haven forced a turnover, got a bucket, and ended up winning that season. Stonehill, though, has not hosted a regional in 23 years. That, in the end, as you can see here with the fan support, might be enough to give Stonehill that little added push that they need in a game that really is a toss-up.
As you mentioned when we got started, all of the work, all of the running, all of the lifting, all of the travel to get to be that number 1 seed, to be able to play in front of your own fans, got to be worth something. And you know, if there is a point in this game, if the Skyhawks hit a lull and the Sciences are playing better, you know this crowd is going to lift them and try to get them right back into the game. So having this big crowd here is got to be very, very beneficial. Not necessarily detrimental to the Devils, but certainly beneficial to the Skyhawks.
Well, this is the 16th year that the Division II tournament has been a full 64 teams, 8 per region. And 6 previous times, the 1 and the 3 seed have faced each other for the championship. And it's an even 3-3 split so far, as if we needed any more evidence that this is going to be a close and exciting game. Defenses predominated at this regional, but individuals have come to the fore and shined. Walsh with 22, Courtney Walsh that is, with 22 for Stonehill in their semifinal win. Kelly Martin had 17. Meanwhile, Sarah Abenizio, 20 points, and Alex Thomas, 16 in Sciences' semifinal win over Bentley. Stonehill wearing the home whites as the higher seed. The Sciences in the road black as the lower seed.
These first 3 or 4 minutes, Steve, will be very interesting. Who handles the noise and just the finals pressure better?
First possession for the Skyhawks. Grace Carter with their first touch. Now it's Walsh. Loops it inside for Grip inside. Gets position and lays it in. Stonehill does love to make that particular entry pass their first possession every game. And 3 times in a row in this regional, Grip has scored. A perimeter game of Sciences. They do spread the floor. They get a post player here in Thomas who misses in tight. Out of bounds. And it's Stonehill basketball. Good position for Thomas. Couldn't quite finish it.
Yep. And you see on the Opposite side, Samantha Highslip holding the ball momentarily before it was knocked away, and the Skyhawks will come right back.
Highslip posting this time, doesn't get it. Courtney Walsh, right corner three in the air, in and out. And nice rebound by Abenizio. Stonehill statistically the better rebounding team, but Sciences more than held their own against Bentley the other day. There's Colleen Walsh for Sciences. Jordan Vitelli, and now Abenizio launches a left wing three, which skids off the iron. Sciences back quickly in transition. Grip makes a post move, goes to her left this time, spins and scores.
I'll tell you what, Steve, I really think as good as the Skyhawks are this year, if you want to pick one player who improved dramatically from her junior to her senior year, Elizabeth Grip.
Averages about 6 points a game and almost 4 blocks per game as well. She's got all 4 points in the early going. Devils still looking for their first points. Trish back to Walsh. She launches a long three at the top. One and done again, 3 times in a row. The Skyhawks got themselves a stop and a defensive rebound. Again, it's inside, but Highslip can't handle this one, out of bounds.
Highslip went to the officials and said, I could have had that, but I was held. Let's watch it again. Yeah, you see a little elbow grab there. Colleen Walsh looked like she had her, and Highslip couldn't go get it.
Well, we've seen some tightly called moments in games. We've seen some loosely called moments. We'll see what kind of a game we get here. So far, the officials have been pretty quiet. Grip with her first rejection of the game. Ball goes to Trish, who buries the corner two, and the Devils get on the board. Elizabeth Grip with 118 blocks now this season. Grip gives a screen for Martin. Skip pass for Grace Carter. Now it's Courtney Walsh, who's off the iron with the three. Stonehill, a pretty good shooting team from beyond the arc. Sciences at times prolific. This is a team that's made at least 4 threes every game, 8 or more 25 times, including a 21 three-point make game against Wilmington at the end of January. Trish for Vitelli in the lane. Short pull-up left side is off the iron. And it's Trish who grabs the rebound in front of Martin. We saw this the other day in the semifinal against Bentley. Sciences, because they spread the floor and take threes, oftentimes gets those long rebounds. Thomas spins inside against Carter, who swats the shot away. Don't see that very often. Grace Carter just 9 blocks this season, but gets one here.
Well, she just waited for Thomas to turn back her way, and good footwork to get over and just get all ball.
Quick inbound for Abenizio. Tries to rub off a screen. Now a nice take to the bucket. And the first foul of the game will go against Courtney Walsh. And Abenizio will get a couple free throws.
So we talked about a little bit earlier, Steve. She's got that lightning quick first step as you see Walsh go right across her arm and get called for the foul.
Science is an outstanding foul shooting team, 80% as a unit. Abenizio, 82%. And just as I say that, she misses the first.
It's always the way.
Kelsey Shaw and Gabby Reuter in the game for Stonehill, a couple sophomores who've played prime roles off the bench. We'll also expect to see Mati Diabate and maybe Jen Warden as well getting some minutes for Trish Brown's team, as Abenizio salvages the second one. Early going here in the East Regional Championship. Martin, mid-range jumper left side is all net. First points for Kelly Martin, who's 11th on the all-time Stonehill scoring list. 1,443 points now for the redshirt senior who missed all of last year with a foot injury. Now it's Thomas, defended by Martin. Ball swings to Abenizio for a clean three, which rims out. A nice check out by Grace Carter against Arissa Yee, the freshman who just entered the game for Sciences. When we talk about key bench players, Yee is definitely that for the Devils.
Boy, she made a big bucket and blade in that game against Bentley to get the Sciences just a little bit more momentum to win that semifinal.
Reuter's pass is knocked down by Walsh and picked up by Trish. Team's just building a sweat here. Certainly has to be some adrenaline pumping through all their bodies. Screen opens up a three for Abernizio, and this one is good. And the Devils get their first three of the game and tie things up at 6.
Skyhawks get caught underneath. A little bit of confusion defensively on who would switch, and you can't leave Abernizio open like that. She'll kill you.
Martin screen and roll for Reuter inside. Meets Walsh under the basket. And here come the Devils with a chance to take their first lead. Abernizio to the basket, gets by Reuter and scores. 6 for Sarah Abernizio, and the Devils have their first lead of the game. Kelsey Shaw sends it over to Grace Carter in the corner. Now it's Martin. Back for Carter. And she buries the three. The sophomore from Arlington, Mass. gets her first points.
Boy, good start for the sophomore with their defensive play at one end and just a quick, no-thought, quick release three.
Carter struggled to score in this regional, just 5 points in 2 games, so that's a good sign. Thomas picks up the dribble. Trish, nice backdoor, gets away from high slip, but misses the layup. And Stonehill has 2 players there, but they get in each other's way. Second chance for Sciences. Yee inside forces it up off the glass for 2. Devils had 19 offensive rebounds in their first game against LIU Post and 18 against Bentley. The second chance opportunities proved valuable in both contests. Here's Highslip with a left-hand jump hook, which is short. And Sciences with the lead in the basketball for the first time. Having played each other this year and seen each other play in 2 games in this regional, no secrets between the 2 teams. Thomas burrows in deep to the lane. Her pull-up inside the foul line catches iron. Martin with a tough pass inside, looking for Highslip, but a fortunate bounce back out to Reuter. Martin slips free and pulls up for the jump shot, which is a little bit too strong. A transition here for Abernizio, advances on Carter. Does a nice job walling off the drive. Now it's Trish. Quick moving first quarter here. We haven't even had our media timeout yet. Thomas 3 on the left, and she gets fouled. Well, there was a foul on the play, whether it's on the shot or underneath by Kelsey Shaw, we'll have to see. Foul was definitely on Shaw. And we'll sort it out after the timeout. 2:25 to go in the first quarter here in the East Regional Championship. The Devils lead the Skyhawks by 1. Back in a minute from Easton.
Stonehill College is nationally recognized for its academics, commitment to affordability, and career preparation. Whether bound for the lab, stage, or stock market, our students develop the knowledge, skills, and character to achieve the highest goals. We're proud to offer dual degree engineering and business programs that allow students to attend Stonehill and our sister school, the University of Notre Dame. Near Boston and Providence, Stonehill inspires students to reach higher. Find out more at stonehill.edu.
A cagey start here at Merker Gym as Sciences and Stonehill trading the lead. It's 10-9 Devils right now. Some good things for both teams, Charlie, but some things to clean up as well.
Yeah, the Sciences, as good as they are, we've talked about it, just 1 out of 4 from outside the arc. And it's been a pretty clean game, really, so far. But if one thing the Skyhawks have to concern themselves with, they're already being out-rebounded by 4.
The foul was against Kelsey Shaw, but it was against the screener and not the shooter, so it's just an inbounding situation for the Devils, which Yee takes to the basket. Grip affected the shot enough that it came up short. Here's Jen Warden in the game for Stonehill, the freshman guard. Nice feed up court for Kelly Martin for two. What a sweet feed from Warden.
I think Jen Warden is the heir apparent to Kelly Martin next season. She made one of those passes that Kelly Martin has made commonplace around here this season.
Mati Diabate also in the game for Stonehill. Had a season-high 13 in the win over Southern Connecticut. Now Stonehill basketball. Yee's pass for Abenizio.
Oh, that's a bad call. That ball was absolutely deflected by one of the Skyhawks up top. Let's see it again. Yeah, Kelly Martin got a hand on that.
Well, Stonehill gladly takes the ball anyway. Courtney Walsh picks up the dribble. Now Martin behind a screen, pops for three and bottoms it out. Kelly Martin and Courtney Walsh shot a combined 5 of 25 in Stonehill's loss at Sciences back in December. It's hard to imagine their shooting being that poor today. 4-point Stonehill lead. Jordan Vitelli on the dribble drive past Warden. And she's going to get a couple of free throws. Warden not going to give up the basket, going to make her earn it at the line.
Again, that really good quick step by the sophomore, and then put the brakes on inside when she saw Courtney Walsh coming across to challenge.
Jordan Vitelli had a game-high 21 in the opening round win over LIU Post. Drops in the first foul shot. She had 13 in the victory over Stonehill back in December. Talented sophomore. Connects on both free throws. She's had 3 fouls in this game, all against Stonehill. Into the final minute of our first quarter. Martin looks inside for Diabate, who got great position on Abenizio. Identifying the mismatch that time. Martin with the delivery.
Diabate did not get a lot of minutes down the stretch this season, but boy, she has really stepped up, as you mentioned, that 13-point effort earlier on. She's been terrific.
And sometimes it's those unexpected players who come up with a good performance that can make a difference in a game like this. That's out of bounds to Stonehill. Michaela Giuliani into the game for Sciences. Couldn't hook up there with Abenizio. He had a half step, but that's a tough ball to squeeze into a tight window.
Yeah, I had the right idea, but Courtney Walsh was really step for step with her.
As you can see, the game and shot clocks are almost in sync, so Stonehill can just about hold for a final shot. Sciences has not committed a foul, so if they want to stretch this out, they can probably give a few, but it's usually not how it goes. Yeah. They do give a foul, and it's a shooting foul as Giuliani fouls Grip on a 17-footer.
Yeah, that is far from Elizabeth Grip's favorite shot, but shot clock was running down to about 5 seconds. So get a couple of freebies out of it.
Grip hasn't taken a free throw in this regional. Shoots 67% at the line. And with 11 seconds left, Sciences should get an opportunity for a decent final shot. Which comes up empty on 2. Stonehill has a foul to give if they'd like as well. Abenizio isolated against Walsh, out to the wing. Open 3 in the air from Walsh. Colleen, that is. That hits the top of the backboard, and that brings us to the end of the first quarter. 10 minutes down, nothing decided, but just what we expected. A tight, hotly contested game between two outstanding teams. 16-12, Stonehill on top after a quarter. Back in a moment from the Merker Gymnasium in Northeastern.
It's not that we're launching new programs or expanding our facilities. It's not that our students have access to over 100 labs, or that we're ranked in the top 10 in the country for salary after graduation. It's that we're launching new programs, expanding our facilities, training in over 100 labs, ranked in the top 10 for salary, and we're still lowering our tuition. There are thousands of reasons to take a look at University of the Sciences.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
A jam-packed Mercury Gymnasium as our venue, the East Regional Championship on the line. Stonehill shooting well in the first quarter, actually out-threed Sciences, which is unlike them, but the Devils with a +4 on the glass.
Yeah, the Sciences, 1 for 5 in those first 10 minutes. That will change to their benefit. They're just too good at it. They've had some really good, clean looks, some good inside-out play. Just hasn't fallen yet.
Both teams have committed 2 turnovers, but for Stonehill, their ball movement has been terrific. They have 7 field goals and 7 assists. And that assist-to-turnover ratio of 7-2 is pretty good. Sciences with the ball to start the second quarter. Here's Abenizio with a hard drive. Doesn't get the bounce, and Diabate up for the rebound. Highslip almost turned it over, and did turn it over in the end. Not a great choice of passes by Courtney Walsh. Not much that Highslip could do with that. Long 3 by Vitelli, which just ticks the front of the rim. And Sciences 1 of 6 from 3-point range right now. Courtney Walsh 10 points shy of 1,000 for Stonehill. Diabate looks inside, but that's not a good pass either.
The Skyhawks will always be, they have that philosophy of good shot, better shot, as Trish Brown talks about a lot. Diabate had a good, clean 12-footer and tried to get the better shot, but it wasn't there.
Abenizio with a backdoor cut, slips free, and Vitelli with an excellent delivery. Sarah Abenizio has 8 of the 14 Sciences points, and she diced up Stonehill in the first time these two teams played. Had 26 points in that win, which at the time was a career high. Highslip goes down. Martin flings it out to Carter. Clean look for 3 for Carter, and she drills it. 5 points in the regional for Carter, and she's already got 6 so far tonight.
Just going to say the same thing, Steve. She didn't get a lot of good looks, didn't take too many chances, but for a sophomore in this game of this magnitude, now her confidence is soaring.
Largest lead of the game for Stonehill. Thomas's 3 was partially deflected. It's going to be Stonehill ball. I could have sworn that was
changed
deflected.
The call.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that Thomas comes up that short on the 3.
Boy, I thought that was deflected. It's the second time we've seen a play where it looked like one of the Skyhawks touched the ball and they'll go the other way with it.
Let's see if they can take advantage of it. Carter defended by Thomas. Hands back to Martin. And again, the entry pass, not much of an angle there. And after 2 first quarter turnovers, the Skyhawks have given it up 3 times in this second period. Giuliani straight away. She's the one non-3-point shooter on the floor. We've got this Carter-Thomas matchup again. Thomas mishandles it. Vitelli, baseline for Giuliani to beat the shot clock. Unable to cash in. Nice recovery defense by Stonehill.
Exactly. Kelly Martin was out of position when she went for the steal, and Sciences kind of had a 2-on-1 in the corner, but couldn't cash in.
Martin for 3 again, and she drills another one. Skyhawks have 4 threes in this game. Martin and Carter with 2 each.
They are 4 for 6 from outside the arc. Sciences 1 for 7.
Trish gets free, and Abenizio with the delivery. Used that backdoor cut a few times. Stonehill's got to defend on the perimeter against the 3, and that's what Sciences does so well. Highslip double teamed inside. Feeds Grip, who makes a nice cut. When we talk about unexpected points, 6 for Grip, 6 for Carter. The offense is starting to pick up as the quarter's gone on here. Carter on Vitelli now. Abenizio takes the handoff. Ball swings to the wing. Open 3 for Thomas is good. Excellent ball movement again by Sciences. And the first points of the game for Alex Thomas. And a timeout called by Stonehill. 6:15 to go, 24-19. Skyhawks on top. We'll see what we get coming out of the timeout from the East Regional Final here in Northeastern. Stonehill on top by 5 as we get back. They've made 4 threes in this game, including this one. A nice feed from Kelly Martin to Grace Carter.
Second three for the sophomore. The Skyhawks calling the timeout. Trish Brown is the type of coach that whenever she just has any sense that a team might be starting to make some sort of a run, she doesn't let it go too far. She'll call the timeout and then call usually something good right out of the timeout. That one did not work out.
Again, Highslip the intended recipient, but good defense by Sciences. Highslip, who was the only double-figure scorer when these two teams played in December for the Skyhawks, who had 13 in that game, yet to get untracked. From a Stonehill perspective, neither Walsh nor Highslip has scored, and yet they still lead by 5. There's Thomas defended by Grip this time. Trish. Going to find somebody, Abenizio, inside.
Boy,
picks it up and lays it in.
She is just so good inside and out. Skyhawks are really playing the perimeter in deference to how good the Sciences can shoot the 3 ball, but that is opening up some chances inside, and that clock was down inside 3 seconds when they scored there.
That's part of the adjustments that go on during the game. Grip inside, misses the chippy.
Rushed that one.
This is much like the Sciences Bentley game. You have runs each way, both coaching staffs adjusting as they go along. You see how far out Sciences runs their offense, and they can make that shot for sure. And a missed 3 is rebounded by Kelsey Shaw. Courtney Walsh in transition pulls up for a tray. And a rebound grab by Thomas.
Stonehill does not have an offensive rebound through the first 15 minutes of this game. Sciences have 4.
Arissa Yee drive and kick. Corner 3 for the lead is good. That's Colleen Walsh with her first points. Actually, they tied the game here at 10-2. Sciences run has evened things over the last 3 minutes. Martin straight on for 3. Grip with the long rebound. I guess it works at both ends. The missed 3 provides the long rebounding opportunity.
First offensive rebound for the Skyhawks in this half.
Kelsey Shaw penetrates in the lane, loses the handle, and it'll be Sciences basketball. Warden and Diabati back on the floor for Stonehill. We'll take a look there at Shaw's attempt to drive. Science is really doing a nice job defensively, forcing some turnovers in the second period.
That was not a good couple of opportunities for the Skyhawks. Kelly Martin, everybody just sort of got flat-footed there. I think they could be getting a little bit winded just from the pace of this game, and Kelly took the 3, and then they got another chance and just couldn't do anything with it, and right down the other end, the Sciences give it right back.
Once again, the attempted backdoor by Arissa Yee. Nice job by Warden to get in the way and block the path. Grace Carter. And now it's Warden. And another Stonehill turnover. They've committed 8 now. 6 in this period alone. You know, sometimes Stonehill can go through those periods where the offense just seems to stutter and not flow at all.
Yeah, just they just get flat-footed. They're not moving the ball side to side.
Here's Yee against Warden. Tries to scoop it up and underneath, but hits the underside of the backboard. In the corner, Carter open for three. Got another one. Third triple of the game for the sophomore.
Well, what a difference when you make your first shot when you really haven't been scoring in a tournament. Now Grace Carter just says, give me the ball. I can do this.
Under 3 minutes to go in an extremely quick-moving first half. Trish on the drive and dish. Thomas defended by Martin. There's Abenizio again for Thomas. As it poked away, Diabate to the floor. Tries to save it, and it's Grip who gets to it first. Martin tightly guarded by Yee. Now it's Carter again, tries another three. Make it 4 for Grace Carter.
She's on a team that starts 4 seniors. She's the sophomore. And well, I'll tell you what, she just had her shoulders squared. Every one of those shots was right to the bottom of the well.
Player who didn't get a whole lot of playing time last year, remade her game over the summer. And is enjoying a fantastic first half here into the final 2 minutes. And we get our first foul of the second quarter. A push called against Kelly Martin. Amazing, that's the first foul of this entire quarter. And that's not a criticism of the officials, Charlie.
No.
It's been a pretty well-played game. Yes, there's been a little contact, but nothing that you say, oh, I can't believe they didn't call that.
No, you and I said that during one of the breaks. It's been a very clean game.
Fresh 30 on the shot clock for Sciences. Let's see how they respond after the back-to-back Carter triples. Thomas tries to get one back. And Diabate, an excellent block out. Warden for Carter up court. Slightly dangerous pass.
I don't think Grace Carter's going to get any more fresh looks from outside the perimeter for a while.
Diabate from 17 in the key. Rattles out. Offensive rebound by Gabby Reuter, and she'll get to the foul line for a couple of free throws as Thomas picks up her first foul.
And you'll see right here, she did not have the position. Abenizio had great position inside, and the 6-foot sophomore just able to just get up and over her without any contact.
Gabby Reuter's another player who remade her game over the summer and came back as a key contributor. She's 6 feet tall, but the length she has, she plays about 6'2", and she's very athletic. Second one comes up short. But 7 in a row here for Stonehill. Abenizio in the lane. This is a clean look for her this time, and she's got a dozen. Almost half of the points for Sciences have come from the CACC Player of the Year, Sarah Abenizio. And without her offense, they could be facing a significant hole. Into the final minute of the first half. Diabate, Martin on the screen and roll. Nice job keeping the pivot foot down and drawing the contact from Trish. And that will send Martin to the line for 2.
Watch the job that Diabate does to seal off, and then Kelly just, with that good head fake, he'll make her earn it.
Kelly Martin is the only Stonehill player that was alive the last time this program won a regional championship. She was born less than a month before the Skyhawks, or back then the Lady Chieftains, won the regional championship against St. Anselm in this gym.
That's right, I forgot the name change. They were the old Chieftains back in '95.
And Martin, along with Abenizio, with 12 points. So the 2 players of the year, respectively, have sparkled in this spotlight. Back to a 7-point Stonehill lead. Science is starting the offense even further away this time. Vitelli, a long 3 right side, in and out. And it's Thomas who picks up the rebound in a scrum. Lost her balance, and eventually is called for the offensive foul.
One statistic that they don't keep is taking a charge. Watch Kelly Martin come up here, establish herself, take the hit. She has done that, conservatively, dozens of times this season.
Alex Thomas becomes the first player in this game with 2 personal fouls. And she'll take a seat for the final 23 seconds as Stonehill has a chance at a last shot. Highslip looks inside for Reuter, who shakes free and banks it home. Quickly up court comes Sciences. Vitelli on the run, almost made it, but couldn't do it. So Stonehill ends the first half with a flourish, and they have their largest lead of the game of 9. Fear the bird indeed. The Stonehill fans enjoying the first half as their team has taken a 9-point lead into the locker room.
Skyhawks have been so patient offensively, just waiting for the right opportunity. That was a perfect example right there with Reuter scoring. She established her spot, took the pass. The Sciences cheated a little bit defensively, and Reuter had the easy deuce.
11-2 to end the half for Stonehill. Let's hear what Trish Brown has to say, and she's with Doug Tobias right now.
Thank you very much, guys. Coach, you're shooting 60% from the field, 60% from the arc in the first half. You're doing it inside and outside. What are you seeing that you're able to take advantage of them defensively right now?
You know, they definitely are an undersized team, so we're trying to look to our posts. I think we've done a little bit too much looking to the post. We had some turnovers, but I feel like we settled down in terms of going inside and out. And we need to take advantage of that. And now they have to guard the perimeter of it a little bit tighter. That'll help our post players in the second half.
They're a team that when they're on shooting the three-pointer, they're tough to play against. However, they're just 3 of 12 from beyond the arc in the first half. What are you guys doing defensively? Because they've rushed some threes. They've looked a little tentative at times. Just talk about what you guys have done.
Well, we know how strong they are from the three-point line. So we just talked about we need to pressure them at the three-point line. If you're going to get beat, they've got to put it on the floor and just shoot contested twos. That's what we're working on. And our kids have done a really good job defensively. I feel like even on penetration, trying to keep the ball in front. So happy with that.
All right. Thank you very much, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Doug. 12 points each for Kelly Martin and Grace Carter. And Stonehill has their largest lead of the game at the break, 35-26. We'll step away for just a couple minutes, come back and take a look at some highlights and get you ready for the second half of action here at the East Regional Championship in Northeastern Massachusetts.
Walking the path of integrity, forever embracing a life in balance, standing tall and confident. Leaders in the classroom, community, and field of play. With clear vision and a full heart. Looking to the future, devoted to the student athlete. Representing the Northeast. Diverse in composition. United by our values. Determined by nature. Uncompromised by choice. We are the NE10.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Stonehill College is nationally recognized for its academics, commitment to affordability, and career preparation. Whether bound for the lab, stage, or stock market, our students develop the knowledge, skills, and character to achieve the highest goals. We're proud to offer dual-degree engineering and business programs that allow students to attend Stonehill and our sister school, the University of Notre Dame. Near Boston and Providence, Stonehill inspires students to reach higher. Find out more at stonehill.edu.
While they're focused on success, we're focused on them. Because protecting college athletes doesn't only happen on the field. After the buzzer, it's about healthier student athletes. So we're reforming to meet their needs, investing in groundbreaking research, and changing the conversation around mental health. We're working hard to protect college athletes. Because prioritizing their well-being creates a pathway to a lifetime of opportunity. It's more than a whistle or a call. We're committed to giving college athletes a fair shot, on and off the field. Covering the full cost of attendance, because college costs go beyond tuition. Keeping dreams on track, regardless of performance or injury. And creating equal opportunities and inclusive environments. It's about respecting college athletes and prioritizing fairness to build a pathway to lifelong opportunity.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. That's what you have here tonight. That's what you've earned here tonight. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
To compete for a championship in stadiums full with cheering fans and families, to give back, to say thank you for your support, to learn, grow, and prepare for the future. Ask any NCAA student athlete what they want, and this is what they'll tell you. Ask these student athletes, and they'll say with pride, I chose Division II.
If I lose, with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
On and off the court, we're focused on creating lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. More college athletes are earning degrees than ever before, but we've still got work to do. That's why we're raising the bar for incoming freshmen, so they're prepared when they get to campus. And why teams can't play in championships unless they make the grade. Education matters, and putting academics first creates a pathway to a lifetime of opportunity.
Walking the path of integrity. Forever embracing a life in balance. Standing tall and confident. Leaders in the classroom, community, and field of play. With clear vision and a full heart. looking to the future, devoted to the student athlete. Representing the Northeast. Diverse in composition. United by our values. Determined by nature. Uncompromised by choice. We are the NE10.
Welcome back to the East Regional here in Northeastern Massachusetts. Stonehill leads the University of the Sciences 35-26. Along with Charlie Bergeron, I'm Steven Zerdalian. Great to have you with us. It was a terrific first half, some back and forth, and both teams had some runs. Stonehill opened up an 8-point lead. Sciences came back to tie it with a 10-2 run, but Stonehill closed the half on an 11-2 spurt to establish this 9-point halftime lead.
And you and I were just chatting during the break. You see a Stonehill team that is out shooting the Sciences from outside the arc. Stonehill's a good three-point shooting team, but the Sciences are better. Stonehill was being out-rebounded earlier on. They've come back to go +2 there. But to delve a little further into the numbers, when two of your three leading scorers from the Skyhawks haven't even scored yet, and you're up 9, how do you figure that?
That's a good thing. Kelly Martin with 12. Grace Carter's had a terrific half. 12 points, didn't miss a shot, made 4 threes, and also grabbed a couple of rebounds. Meanwhile, for Sciences, Sarah Abenizio has been terrific. 12 of the 26 points. Add an assist to that list as well. She and Kelly Martin, the featured players off the top, have more than delivered on their promise.
Thought we might see those two go head-to-head. Let's look at some of the highlights from that first half. So again, you can see right out of the corner, there's Abenizio draining a 3. Grace Carter started to go after her and then held up. And that's what's been open for the Sciences, that backdoor play, because the Skyhawks are doing so much to try to stay on the perimeter defensively. One thing Stonehill will do, as you saw with that Kelly Martin score, they will always push. And there's Kelly Martin with a play inside offensively and then drawing the charge defensively, as she has done so many times this season.
Let's hear what Sciences coach Jackie Hartzell has to say at the half.
All right, thank you very much, guys. Coach, they shot 60% from the floor, including 60% from the arc. When they're going inside-outside, what do you have to do to kind of take away some of their scoring options?
I think we need to do a better job of communicating on the defensive end. They're really, really good. They have good inside game, good outside game. I think we got to do a better job of pressuring the ball in the perimeter and getting out on their shooters.
It's a pretty boisterous crowd here tonight. I thought your team did a good job of settling down early. You had an early lead, and you did get it tied at 24. So your team has kind of worked off those nerves. How do you build on, outside of the way the second quarter closed, how do you build off some of that stronger play you had in the first half?
I think it starts on the defensive end with us. When, like you said, we tied the game, and then they went on a 9-2 run, I think, to end the first half. So, as always, it starts on the defensive end for us, and hopefully we make a few shots as well.
All right, Coach, best of luck in the second half. Back to you guys.
Thanks very much, Doug. When we talk about the game that these two played back in December as opposed to this one, that night, December 28th, Stonehill shot 4 of 24 from three-point land, a drastic difference today.
And that was also right after the Christmas break. Players had just been coming back. Everybody was just getting themselves collected, if you will. You got the long ride down there. Everything is different now. The Skyhawks, again, that home court advantage being so important. They're settled, they're calm. I think what you're seeing tonight is a Stonehill team that's playing off the crowd to some degree. I'll tell you what, when those threes are getting rained in, especially from the sophomore Grace Carter, this place was just exploding. And when you have that behind you, it has to help.
Once again, the winner of this game will head to the Elite 8 in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. That starts a week from today. We don't know who the winner will play because the 8 regional winners will be reseeded at the Elite 8. So we'll see what happens there. And talking to Jackie Hartzell before the game, we were talking a little bit about the teams from around the country and who you might want to avoid. And she said something that all coaches would say. She said, I don't care who we play. I just like to be there. That would be pretty cool.
Absolutely.
And I think Stonehill would, Trish Brown would probably say the same thing. We could play the Celtics for all we care, as long as we're there.
Thrill of a lifetime to be able to go out and be among the 8 best in the nation.
Fans young and old here at the Merkert Gymnasium, enjoying the atmosphere and enjoying the game so far. We see the Stonehill starters getting set to take the floor in the second half. Fouls were not an issue at all in the first half. Just 8 fouls whistled. It was a cleanly played half. And the only player on either side with more than 1 foul is Alex Thomas of Sciences with 2.
Talked about it. I thought that the matchup, I thought Kelly Martin for the Skyhawks would be matched up with Sarah Abenizio. She's been on Thomas. Alex Thomas averaging 13 points a game in this tournament, held to just that 1 3 ball. That's been it. Kelly Martin, as good as she is, I think sometimes it's understated how good she is defensively. And the Skyhawks as a whole in this tournament, allowing just 45 points to Southern Connecticut State, 52 to St. Thomas Aquinas, and they're holding Sciences down to an average 52 here.
First possession of the second half for Stonehill. Courtney Walsh to get things going, and we are underway. Inside, Hyslip gets position, saves it on the baseline. This athletic play gets it back, pops from mid-range. Still scoreless, and a loose ball foul is going to go against Elizabeth Grip.
Samantha Hyslop just 4 of 17 coming into this third game of the regional tournament. She's a very good scorer, second leading scorer on the team, but she has been doing her job on the glass. She had 11 in that win over St. Thomas Aquinas.
Abenizio, who's been outstanding for Sciences, but a turnover. Nice defensive play by Martin. As you had mentioned, Charlie, a few moments ago, her defense is occasionally overlooked. We know about her offensive exploits. Goes screen and roll for Hyslip, and there's her first 2 points of the game. A double-digit lead for the first time tonight for Stonehill. We know Sciences can get back points in bunches because of their three-point shooting ability. Thomas to the basket, misses the drive. Loose ball picked up by Martin. Trish back to cut her off defensively. Pass intended for Hyslip, probably not the best choice.
No, not a good pass at all. Hyslip didn't have the position, and Martin just tried to force something that wasn't there. You're right, the 3 ball can get you back in the game in a hurry, and the Sciences have been prolific at that all season.
Double shot just 33% in the first half. They're going to get free throws here as Grace Carter commits the foul on Jordan Vitelli.
Yeah, got a good on the left wrist. Great shot by the folks here with BTV.
'76 three-pointers this year. Paul Vitelli hasn't made a 3 in this game. He's 2 for 2 at the line in the first half. And drops 1 in here. Carter right side. Everything on the perimeter right now for Stonehill. Hyslip looks inside for Grip, who shakes free from Vitelli, who got a piece of the shot on the way up.
That was good defense by Vitelli. Crowd looking for a foul. She had a lot of ball.
Science is doing an obvious defensive job on Courtney Walsh. They're really jumping out and denying her the 3. To Walsh's credit, hasn't forced much. Now here's Laura Trish for Sciences for Colleen Walsh. Trish defended by Hyslip. Need a shot quick here. It's Abenizio who flips it up. In and out. And a loose ball foul against Hyslip. And she came over the top against Thomas. 3rd foul against Stonehill in this half. Well, good things usually come from Sarah Abenizio, especially on the dribble drive.
Well, they were working the ball on the perimeter, and it almost seemed as though they were not aware of the shot clock, but Abenizio is aware of everything, and she took the ball right to the glass right away.
Thomas in the post works against Martin, who holds her ground. Well, Thomas forces up a shot. Gabby Reuter with the rebound.
I thought the Sciences got some pretty good looks early in the first 4 or 5 minutes, but boy, I tell you what, since then I think just about every shot has been contested.
Grip in deep. That's a held ball. Vitelli got a piece of it, and it's Sciences ball on the alternating possession. And Grip just in so deep. Thomas and Vitelli sandwiching her and forcing the turnover. So the Devils trying to crank up the defense. Don't forget that this is a Sciences team that came into this tournament 4th in Division II in points allowed per game, just under 54. They've given up an average of 52 in this tournament. And Abenizio to the basket.
Boy, that is her play. Just that lightning quick first step.
And Courtney Walsh for 3. She gets off the schneid in transition, spots up and buries it.
Yeah, a player that's just too good outside the arc. You're not going to hold her down. You might negate her to some degree, but you know she's going to get hers.
Trish's pass is deflected and out of bounds. Right into our living room.
Play.
Save the equipment. That's it. Save the equipment.
We're just
doing the best we can, guys. Benizio isolated against Carter with the shot clock in single digits. That's a foul on Carter. Benizio will head to the foul line.
Watch to see if Carter can get herself set. She can't. You see her feet are still moving when Abenizio runs into her.
Second it on Grace Carter. And Abenizio, who split a pair in the first half, steps up here for 2. And Sanchez will be shooting the bonus from here on in this quarter with 6.5 minutes to go. That could be an avenue that helps them chip into the lead. Kelsey Shaw and Mati Diabate on the floor for Stonehill. Arissa Yee comes in for Sciences. And Abenizio, uncharacteristically, has missed 2 free throws here. Martin to the basket. And it'll be Stonehill basketball.
It was a nice play by Colleen Walsh. Watch it again.
Trish Brown looking for a foul.
That's all ball.
The inbound is stolen by Yee. Shaw tried the long pass out for Walsh. Yee slides to the basket and scores with the left. The defense turning into offense for Sciences there. Yee with a fairly quiet first half, but makes the play on that occasion. Martin straight away for 3, comes up short. And Thomas with the rebound. Stonehill was led by as many as 11 points in this second half. Devils have whittled it down to 8. Abenizio against Martin. There's a shot blocked by Martin, who does a nice job there. And it's out of bounds off Martin.
Kelly Martin wanted a foul. Let's see it again right on the baseline. She gets the block, and then she goes to retrieve it. Well, that looked like that went off the hands of Abenizio.
13 on the shot clock. I think the home fans are upset that Sciences has yet to be called for a foul in this half. Abenizio turns the corner, has it poked away from behind by Diabate. It's in the hands of Martin. Walsh doesn't force it in transition. Now she's wide open for 3 off the iron. And Reuter with the rebound, and there's the whistle against the Devils. Colleen Walsh called for the loose ball foul. Now you've seen Reuter get involved on the offensive glass a couple of times.
Yep.
Trying to put it in bounds, looking for somebody. Finally finds Reuter. Walsh in the corner, goes baseline. Gets it back from Shaw for 3, in and out. Offensive rebound by Walsh. She misses the putback.
Oh, she just rushed that. So smart to be able to follow her own shot. You just don't see that often anymore. But watch how she knew she missed it, followed it in, and just rushed it, and she had time.
A couple of chances there for the Skyhawks to get the lead back to double figures.
Sciences coach Jackie Hartzell, they've only played 7. They played 10 in both of their games against Post and Bentley. And she's definitely tightened up her rotation with just 7 players thus far. The Skyhawks have used 10.
We saw a little bit of Michaela Giuliani in the first half. Haven't seen her in the second half. We see nothing of Shannon May, Marissa Sylvester, or Jess Huber. Abenizio hasn't come off the floor. Wouldn't expect her to either. Walsh inside for Yee. Works against Carter. Forces the shot. And rebounded by Reuter.
And again, that contested shot. Not too many freebies for the Sciences. Skyhawks are really doing a terrific job defensively.
Jen Warden looks inside for Diabate, who gets pushed on the pass-off. That'll bring us to a timeout. 4:27 remaining in the third quarter. Skyhawks continue to lead here in the East Regional Final in Northeastern.
Stonehill College is nationally recognized for its academics, commitment to affordability, and career preparation. Whether bound for the lab, stage, or stock market, our students develop the knowledge, skills, and character to achieve the highest goals. We're proud to offer dual-degree engineering and business programs that allow students to attend Stonehill and our sister school, the University of Notre Dame. Near Boston and Providence, Stonehill inspires students to reach higher. Find out more at stonehill.edu.
Here's a look at that last play before the timeout. Diabate fouled by Colleen Walsh, her second foul, so it will be Stonehill ball out of bounds when we come out of the timeout.
We're launching new programs.
You talk a lot about how important Sarah Abenizio is to her team. It's clear when you watch the game how important she is, and on the stat sheet, Charlie, it's glaringly obvious.
15 of her team's 32 points. She's 6 for 11 from the floor. The rest of her team is 6 for 26. So she's made as many, and the rest of her team has taken 15 additional shots and made the same number of field goals.
Fresh 30 on the shot clock for Stonehill as Carter puts it in bounds for Martin. Martin yet to score in the second half. Here's Jen Warden into the game. Nice defense by Thomas. Warden right side cranks up the three. Weak side rebound taken by Laura Trish. The Sciences has slowly cut the lead from 11 to 8. Points a little harder to come by in this half than in the first half, at least so far. Abenizio for three off the front rim. And Reuter tips the rebound into the hands of Martin. In transition, Grace Carter to the basket. Oh, score it and one. Oh, you know it's Grace Carter's day now when that goes in.
Watch this. Kelly Martin always looking up the floor, always with her head up. Carter was waiting for the contact. You know she wanted to throw it off the glass, but said, you know what, I think I'll just drop it right through.
Grace Carter now with 14 points. And she'll get the chance for the N1. Has yet to miss a shot in this game. Unfortunately for Carter, finally missed a shot, and it's at the foul line.
Watch how the Skyhawks are just really defending the perimeter. And
we get a foul off the ball here against Stonehill. That will send Sciences to the line. And as Jen Warden called for the timeout. Well, it's nice for Grace Carter to have a career day in the regional final. She's already got a career high 14.
So what a difference when you haven't scored much in the tournament, you take your first shot and you drill it, because now you feel like you can make anything, and she has pretty much made everything.
Alex Thomas has struggled to get going offensively. 27 points in 2 games in this regional, but is just 1 for 8 from the field. Maybe getting to the foul line can help her get going. Yep. Makes the first of 2 here. And it connects on both. And it's back to an 8-point gap. Science is a little better at the line than Stonehill right now, at least getting to the line more often. And Stonehill has left some points on the table there. Courtney Walsh's pass is deflected, but Warden beats Thomas to it. Grip from the corner for 2. Not really her shot. Rebounded by Vitelli.
I can't imagine that's a shot Trish Brown wants to see, but the shot clock was down inside 6.
Vitelli defended by Shaw. Now Michaela Giuliani into the game. Almost turned it over on the handoff, now gets it back. As it inevitably does, the ball ends up in Abenizio's hands to the basket against Walsh, and she scores again. So hard to defend. Abenizio has 17, and it's a 6-point game.
And she just can go either way. It doesn't matter. If they overplay her to the right, she just goes left, and vice versa. So just terrific to watch, fun to watch.
Courtney Walsh misses the shot. Abenizio might have had a piece of that. The Devils are increasing the defensive pressure. They've scored 10 of the last 15 points and have done a good job at the defensive end. Once again, it's Abenizio, corner three in the air. That's where she struggled. And Giuliani with the rebound stepped on the end line. Sciences fans baying for a foul.
Jackie Hartzell was right in the ear of one of the officials.
Certainly plenty of contact there. We've seen a little more physical play in this third quarter than the first half.
We talked about how clean the game was, just good cutting and moving and outside shooting. It's definitely body banging more here in this third quarter.
Grip nearly lost the handle, really traveled with it. Now back to Martin for three from the wing. A bit too strong there. Stonehill scored just 7 points in this quarter. Abenizio on the handoff. Pulls up for a long two and splashes it home. Make it 19 for Abenizio and a 12-5 Devils run. Martin for a corner three, in and out. And a loose ball foul is going against, I'm not sure who. I think it's against the Devils.
Nope. Well, let's see. Skyhawks are walking back down the other end of the floor.
Well, if it's on Abenizio, why are they walking to this end of the floor?
It can't be on Abenizio. That's not the right call. I think it should be coming down the other end. Trish Brown is waving her team, saying, "Where are you guys going?" It can't be on Abenizio. Samantha Highslip had a look on her face of, it's about time, when the official blew the whistle, like it was called on whoever was defending her, and that might have been Abenizio, but why everybody wandered down the other end of the floor, I don't know.
Jackie Hartzell looking for some kind of an explanation. Not really happy with it. Science is not over the limit yet. That's team foul number 4, so it's an inbound situation for Stonehill.
They should get tied up with Highslip underneath.
Second foul on Abenizio. Warden looks inside for Grip. Plenty of company there. Grip stays with it and slides inside for two.
Boy, just great presence that time by the senior. Knowing where she was in jail underneath the bucket. Able to put it on the deck and score.
It stops a 12-5 Sciences spurt. Vitelli for three. Front rims it. Long rebound picked up by Courtney Walsh. And they're looking to get up court quickly in transition, but Martin's pass a little bit behind Highslip. Head is always up for Martin, and you take the good with the bad. There's more good than bad for sure. Closing in on the end of the third quarter with the East Regional Championship on the line. Sciences trail by as many as 11. They've cut the lead down to 6. It was at 4. We get a foul here against Samantha Highslip. Sciences will be shooting free throws with 21 seconds left. And we had a grand total of 8 fouls in the first half. And in this third quarter, we've had 10. And there's Thomas, who made 2 a couple of minutes ago. Excellent foul shooter, almost 89% at the line. We saw Stonehill get out free throwed by St. Thomas Aquinas for much of the regional semifinal game the other day. That helped the Spartans make a run late, but Stonehill had too big a lead. Giants is trying to take advantage of the free throw opportunities here. And Thomas is a perfect 4-4 at the line. And so it's Stonehill with a chance for a last shot. Kelly Martin getting a breather. Carter forces up a shot that's too strong, and an offensive foul is the call. And why Carter is taking that shot so early in the shot clock, I have no idea. That's 3 fouls on Grace Carter. Really, Charlie, what you want here is you get the last shot, or that's it.
Got to be aware of the clock in a situation like that. They're going to bring Kelly Martin right back in again. So much for a breather.
That was Carter's third foul. That's part of it.
Yep.
Jordan Vitelli with the quick feet to get over and establish position in time.
If Kelly Martin had her way, she'd never come off the floor like Abenizio doesn't.
Here's Arissa Yee to the basket on Diabate. Misses the banker. Followed up by Vitelli for 2. Heads up play by Jordan Vitelli and a steal by Yee, but she can't get the shot off before the clock expires. Nonetheless, Sciences, who trail by 11 early in the third quarter, have almost come all the way back, and it's a 2-point game. We'll make the turn for home. We've got a great fourth quarter ahead. Stonehill by 2 after 3 quarters in the East Regional Championship game.
It's not that we're launching new programs or expanding our facilities. It's not that our students have access to over 100 labs, or that we're ranked in the top 10 in the country for salary after graduation. It's that we're launching new programs, expanding our facilities, training in over 100 labs, ranked in the top 10 for salary, and we're still lowering our tuition. There are thousands of reasons to take a look at University of the Sciences.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you.
Stonehill fans enjoying what they're seeing here, but their team that once had an 11-point lead has seen it cut to 2. We promised a thrilling game, and we're setting up for a fantastic fourth quarter.
Well, this place is electric right now. You can see the blackout, as they called it here, on the campus, and we got 10 minutes left.
This regional has been all about defense. The offenses have found it difficult quite often. And points are really hard to come by in this game. But there's Courtney Walsh off the dribble drive. Her second field goal. She's got 5, and Stonehill starts the fourth quarter with a bucket. Abenizio for 3. She struggled from beyond the arc. It's the only place she has struggled. She's 1 of 6 from deep. And 7 of 9 from inside the arc. Jen Warden to the basket, forces one up, stays with it. Her putback is good. And a freshman guard getting some extended minutes. Follows up her own miss.
And I think she's out there just because of her height. She's gained so much experience over the last 10 or 12 games, including the regular season, and her defense has improved dramatically, or she wouldn't be out there.
Alex Thomas to the basket, draws the contact from Elizabeth Grip.
And that's a good foul by Grip because Thomas had an easy deuce, make her earn it.
Now Stonehill is clearly taking away the 3 from Sciences. They're just 3 of 15. Of course, that does open up driving lanes. And then Thomas, 4 of 4 at the foul line. Knocks in the first of 2. She's had a tough shooting day. All CACC performers 1 of 8 from the floor. Sciences 10 of 13 at the line. And rims that one out.
Misses become more magnified. Both teams are really, really good free throw shooting teams. So if it comes down to a free throw shooting contest, there's really no advantage either way.
Long 3 from Walsh. Kept alive by Warden. Nice job by Vitelli to pick it off the floor.
Yeah, that was a good 3 feet further out. Walsh had room to even move in a little bit. There was no one out there to contest.
Thomas for 3, and that's all net. So Alex Thomas getting to the foul line may have helped unlock her game. And after Stonehill scored the first couple of hoops, Sciences has bounced back with 4 in a row to make it a 2-point game again. Colleen Walsh picks up the foul. Diabate with the foul line jump shot. Off the back iron, kept alive by Grip. She stays with it. Her put back is good. Elizabeth Grip with 10 points in this game.
Boy, she was just under there all by herself. It was 1-on-2, and she just wanted it just a little bit more, and again gathered herself before she rushed it to put it right back in again.
Thomas against Carter, who's got 3 fouls. Thomas misses the drive, had a good look at it. Carter hounded up court by Trish. Keeps her poise and gets it over the timeline. Martin skips it to the corner. Walsh open for 3. All net for Courtney Walsh. And Stonehill pushes the lead back to 7.
Talked about it earlier, Steve. It's going to be a game of runs. Every time the Sciences makes their run, the Skyhawks have had the answer.
Abenizio to the basket, banks it home. Both Grip and Diabate in the vicinity, but Abenizio, who's been outstanding, has 21. Diabate goes for the floor. Thomas almost came up with the pick. It's a play there by Alex Thomas.
Smart play there by Carter, too. She was looking to force something inside, but kind of took a breath and realized that there's nothing there, so I'll wait.
That's going to be on Courtney Walsh, as Laura Trish came up with the deflection. It's a second foul on Walsh. Just the second in the quarter.
Teams have done a good job of hanging on to their timeouts, too, Steve. Stonehill still has 3. The Sciences have 4. They'll need them.
Reuter and Heislip back on the floor for Stonehill. Yee is back out there for Sciences. There's Thomas again inside, isolated against Carter. They're going to this a lot. And Thomas forces up another shot. Yee keeps it alive. And a timeout called by Sciences to save the possession. That'll bring us to an official timeout. 6:20 left in the fourth quarter. Stonehill holding a 5-point lead over Sciences with the East Regional Championship on the line. Take a look at Alex Thomas working inside against Grace Carter. Offensive rebound by Arissa Yee in that last play. Those extra possessions become so critical down the stretch. And that's why Jackie Hartzell saved her timeouts, to save possession in that kind of a situation.
That was their 9th offensive rebound. He is so impressive as a freshman.
Thomas takes the inbound and turns it over. Thought she had an open path to the basket, but the rock didn't come with her. Jen Warden still on the floor for Stonehill, getting extended minutes. Paul poked away from Heislip.
Oh.
We get a whistle and a timeout by Trish Brown with 8 on the shot clock. Didn't like how that whole thing was developing.
I think that was right before Warden would have been called for a travel, too, because she started to give the ball up and then decided better of it and took a step, but the timeout was called.
So we'll see what Trish Brown draws up in this timeout when we come back. Stonehill leads it by 5. Back momentarily at the East Regional Final from Northeastern.
Stonehill College is nationally recognized for its academics, commitment to affordability, and career preparation. Whether bound for the lab, stage, or stock market, our students develop the knowledge, skills, and character to achieve the highest goals. We're proud to offer dual degree engineering and business programs that allow students to attend Stonehill and our sister school, the University of Notre Dame. Near Boston and Providence, Stonehill inspires students to reach higher. Find out more at stonehill.edu.
Fans hoping that their team can hold on to this lead and move on to the Elite Eight in South Dakota next week. Sciences, though, will have a lot to say about it down the stretch. Shot clock dwindling as Stonehill puts it in play. High slip. Gets the shot up, and yes, it indeed was a late whistle. And it goes against Alex Thomas, her third. And that will send High slip to the foul line for the first time this evening.
Mentioned earlier, Samantha Heislip has only averaged 6.5 points in this tournament. She comes in averaging during the season 14 a game.
Shoots 80% at the foul line. Second team all NE10 selection. There's all net on both free throws here to get the lead back to 7. Approaching the midpoint of the fourth quarter here in Easton. Sarah Abenizio against Gabby Reuter draws the contact, and we'll get to the foul line.
She just finds a way every time. Watch how she looks like she doesn't have much there. Reuter right with her, but she's still able to just squeeze it up, and if she can't convert, she'll more often than not draw the foul.
She is virtually an impossible cover, Charlie.
Yeah.
If you're bigger than her, she'll take you off the dribble with quickness. If you're smaller, she could power it in off the dribble as well.
Saw her earlier in the tournament, and a lot of times it just seemed like she would just go right-handed dribbler. But even there's been a couple of times here tonight where they were overplaying her that way, and she would just go with her left hand.
23 points now for Abenizio. Kelly Martin on the handoff. She hasn't scored in the second half. Diabate inside, gets position against Thomas, and coaxes the layup home. Diabate, with her athleticism and energy, has really helped Stonehill off the bench this weekend. Laura Trish at the foul line, pull-up jumper, way too strong. She's had a quiet day offensively, made a 3 early, but that's been it. Under 5 to go. Everything in the half court now. Courtney Walsh picks up the dribble, looks for some help. There's Diabate, who's caught on the wrist by Abenizio. That's 3 on her. She hasn't sat for a single second, and I can't imagine that she would sit now. Marissa Yee replaces Jordan Vitelli. That bench is basically one person big for Sciences. Yep. It's Yee. We saw a little bit of Michaela Giuliani, but to no real effect.
Trish Brown's gone a little bit deeper into her bench. We'll see if it matters here in this final 4.5 minutes.
Diabate, a long 2, in and out. So we've gone back and forth here with points. Sciences has gotten as close as 2. Jen Warden picks Abenizio clean ahead of Thomas and lays it in. Talk about bench help. Jen Warden with a couple of baskets. Stonehill has 11 points off the bench, and the lead is 9.
Watch it here. Just picked her pocket, as you said, Steve, as clean as you can. I think she wanted to use the window down here. Well, that'll work.
The freshman from Abington, Mass. Reminds some around here of former Stonehill player Becky Barrett. Tall, lanky, but a good ball handler. And she, like Diabate this season, has had intermittent minutes. But the coaching staff has shown lots of trust in these players, and they're paying it back big time.
Trish Brown did say to us, and there it is again, great look in. Here she'll come right at us this time. And being chased, and Alex Thomas almost got a hand on it, and it might have thrown off Ward just a little bit, but she had the presence still to be able to get it up and over that rim.
First time that Abenizio has looked human. Really, she's looked fantastic on the dribble drive.
Tremendous.
Thomas trying to find space for the three, but there's nothing there. Warden defends Yee, who blows right past and goes to the basket for two. That's what Arissa Yee brings to the floor. She's going to be a star in this region very soon. Under 4 minutes to go, though. Sciences has to get a few stops. Courtney Walsh picks up the dribble. Martin comes to give some help. Skips it in the corner for Warden, who thought about the shot. Diabate back to Warden inside, and she banks it in. Talk about the unsung heroes. Jen Warden, who averages 1.5 points a game, has 6.
She's earned her minutes because of her defense, not because of her offense. Trish Brown talked about it midway through the season that she wasn't getting much playing time. She was highly touted, as you said, Steve, but she had to learn how to play defense at this level. She's done that, and that's earned her opportunities.
Courtney Walsh picks up the foul. It's her third, 4th on the team, so no bonus yet. Abenizio at the heart of everything good for Sciences to the basket again. And draws the foul from Walsh. And that's her 4th.
Well, every call the officials make are going to be, they're going to hear about it. Courtney Walsh turned right around, coming right over to the official now and saying, I didn't do anything. The official says, yeah, you did.
Abenizio now 5 of 7 at the foul line. 9th on the all-time scoring list at Sciences. I wonder if they're going to come with any kind of pressure, as Abenizio makes the second as well. And indeed, they do come with some pressure. Skyhawks handle it comfortably. Kelly Martin turns the quarter on Trish. And goes to the deck. She'll get a couple of free throws for her trouble. Martin yet to score in the second half. Takes the offense into her own hands here and makes sure she gets something out of that drive. Martin did play in the regional final in 2015. Scored 10 points in that game. And actually took the last shot, a 30-footer with Stonehill down. It would have won the game. They didn't win a regional that year, but there are the 2 regional banners for the Stonehill women's program, 94 and 95. Are they 3 minutes away from hanging another one? Martin dead eye on both free throws.
First points of the second half, but she's also got 7 rebounds and 8 assists.
And Yee gets fouled by Warden. And she'll get to the foul line.
A lot more whistles in this second half. Didn't see a whole lot there.
Arissa Yee with 6 points off the bench to the foul line. Outstanding foul shooter. Almost 90%. But even she's not immune. Second one is good, and here comes a little more intense pressure from Sciences.
Skyhawks have not been terrific handling the pressure in this tournament.
They negotiate that fairly well. Warden right side, cranks up the 3, rims out, rebounded by Grip. Back to Warden, to the basket she goes, misses the shot. Might have been better off pulling it out and working some clock. Now Science has a chance to cut this lead from 8. Here's Thomas to the basket against Carter. Pulls up and travels.
No argument from anybody there. They knew it. Again, Grace Carter with a good job to come and deny her.
We get to the point now with 2:18 to go. Sciences can't waste possessions. They may have to get some extra ones with defensive pressure.
Each team has 2 timeouts left.
Carter across half court to Courtney Walsh. Now back to Carter. High slip dumps it into Grip in the paint. And she'll get to the foul line. Went to the old Kevin McHale move, the up and under.
Well, she also wrapped her arm around. Watch here with the extra arm, just kind of gave herself a little bit more room, but Colleen Walsh gets called for the foul.
And Grip missed 2 free throws in the first half, so get another chance here. Stonehill has led since the first quarter. And Grip, the NE10 Defensive Player of the Year, drops home the first free throw. And perfect on the second as well. A dozen for Elizabeth Grip. The crowd can sense it now with 10-point lead for Stonehill, under 2 minutes remaining. Abenizio to the basket, gets hacked by Martin. More free throws coming for Sarah Abenizio.
And the good news for the Devils, they don't use a lot of clock here. They maybe used about 8 seconds. That time Abenizio with a little crossover. And Kelly Martin got a right across the arms.
Well, Stonehill has taken away the 3 from Sciences today. The Devils made 3 in the first half and just 1 here in the second. If they're going to beat them, they're going to beat them with 2s apparently. Abenizio continues to be fantastic.
Science is 4 for 17 outside the arc.
Make it 27 for the senior. An 8-point game. Walsh darts in front of Abenizio. Now for Grip and back to Martin, and Stonehill can use some clock.
They can run the clock down to about 1:20.
That means free throws here for Kelly Martin as Arissa Yee tries to force the action and picks up the foul.
I don't see much there either.
Yeah, well, it may be a case where the officials may be anticipating a call as opposed to waiting for the actual contact. And Stonehill trying to take advantage at the line. Martin rattles the first one in. So much poise shown by so many of these players on both sides in this regional. Team high 16 for Kelly Martin, back to a 10-point gap, 90 seconds remaining. Arissa Yee hard to the basket against Carter, scores quickly. And a timeout called by Sciences. At some point though, Charlie, trading a 2 for free throws isn't going to do it.
Nope. No, and you see there where Yee was not going to be denied, and conversely, Grace Carter didn't want to give her a freebie either, an and one, so they let her go and score.
Now it's getting those extra possessions that's going to be important for Sciences. They haven't turned Stonehill over on the pressure down the stretch, although Stonehill has committed 15 turnovers in this game. Skyhawks had a lot of trouble against Bentley in the NE10 final with pressure. They didn't see any against Southern Connecticut, but they were comfortably in front most of that game. They didn't see any really from St. Thomas Aquinas. After a couple of occasions early. Stonehill handled it, and then Spartans just backed off on it.
They're going to see it here.
High slip for Carter. And she's fouled by Yee.
That's too bad because they had a chance there. They had the Skyhawks really on their heels trying to get that ball over midcourt. Skyhawks definitely got a break with that foul.
Grace Carter 27 of 34 at the foul line this season. She has a career-high 14 points tonight. And Stonehill has been outstanding at the foul line in this fourth quarter. Second half, they're 9 of 10 at the stripe. One for two for Carter.
A couple of free balls can get the Devils back in this quickly.
Yee with the drive and dish. Thomas to the basket, has it poked away by Carter, and now Grip is fouled by Thomas.
And again, the Stonehill defense is
they just
been the
continue to
calling
push
card.
out, and they're just going to force the Devils to either take a long contested three.
And that was Grace Carter again, who has played so well on both ends of the floor.
Thomas picks up her fourth foul, but of far more importance for the Devils, time and score.
Well, that time they tried to push the ball to the basket, had nothing, went back outside. And that's when the Skyhawks defense again just pounced. Sciences have done a great job taking care of the ball. It's just their 9th turnover of the game.
Grip makes the second one, so it's now a 4-possession game. Stonehill building a line on the perimeter. Last minute of play in regulation. Vitale trying to find some room. Yee turns the corner, and Stonehill just lets her go. And a timeout called by Sciences, their last one. Marissa Yee with 11 off the bench. But right now they're fighting a losing battle. Down by 8 with 54 seconds to go. They're just going to have to stretch this one out.
You said it, Steve. If you looked out on the floor, there were 5 Skyhawks. I don't think anyone was within 15 feet of the basket. They were all on the perimeter. They'll give them the 2. You don't want to give them the 2, but they'll trade, as you said, the 2 for the 3 all day long.
The other thing they'll try to do, it seems like, is they're going to try to stretch Sciences out horizontally. In other words, try to go east-west instead of north-south right away. Make them work and take a little time to turn the corner and get to the basket.
Every second that gets ticked off benefits the Skyhawks. At this juncture, you know there's more full court pressure coming. You know that Trish Brown, as you see her there talking to her starters, is warning them to be aware of what's coming and who's where, because it has been an issue.
Best season in University of the Sciences history, 30 wins for the first time, 30-3. Stonehill, meanwhile, at 28-3. And their losses, 2 to Bentley and 1 to Sciences. Sciences lost twice to local rival Chestnut Hill and also to AIC. Full court pressure. Kelly Martin in the backcourt gets bumped.
And again, Sciences had the good double team with Yee and Giuliani. Quick whistle. Not pleased is Jackie Hartzell. Again, they had the Skyhawks in a very difficult position. Watch it here. Kelly Martin will come back, and you watch how Yee and Giuliani will trap her there. And I mean, Giuliani did bump her, but they could have played on.
Continues to be perfect at the foul line tonight. 7 of 7. Hasn't missed a free throw in this regional. 8 of 8. Trying to make this a 4-possession game again, and she does it. 18 for Kelly Martin. And watch Stonehill defend way out on the perimeter. Abenizio, a long 3 in the air. That's the one hole in her game tonight. She's not shot the 3 well. In fact, Sciences hasn't shot the 3 well. They made 9 against Stonehill in their win in December.
They've missed 14 of their 18 tries outside the arc.
Carter looks inbounds for Highslip. The time is too valuable for Sciences to let it bleed off like this. Carter in the backcourt. Should be a 10-second violation.
Should have been.
It wasn't called. Sciences eventually comes up with the turnover, but the clock is down to 25. In the corner for 2, it's Thomas. It's too strong. Rebounded by Highslip. That might just about do it. The crowd sensing it, the team sensing it, and the Stonehill College Skyhawks, for the first time in 23 years, are going to win the regional, and it's off to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It's all over at the Merker Gymnasium. Top seed Stonehill wins the East Region.
When that ball crossed midcourt, Steve, every player on the floor with a big smile on their face because they knew all the work paid off.
It was a terrific game, a tense, tight game. Stonehill grabbed the lead late in the first quarter. They stretched it out a few times. Sciences fought back. They came to within 2 after 3 periods. But Stonehill had a good start to the fourth quarter, and they just managed to keep Sciences at arm's length, took care of the basketball, made free throws, and eventually that was it. They end up winning the regional. 71-61 your final score. And they could talk about the Elite Eight and seeding and who they play later. Right now, for these Stonehill players, for the parents, for friends, all the students here, big smiles all around. Hey, there's a snowstorm coming, but nobody in this gym in purple and white and black is thinking about that right now.
They're on their phones now booking a flight to South Dakota.
We'll stick
Pack
around
your bags,
here.
ladies.
We will stick around here for the trophy awarding ceremony.
There's Kelly Martin, who a year ago broke her foot, and we thought that her career at Stonehill was done. She made a pronouncement that I've got to come back, and she did. And wow, what a good reason to do that.
And Kelly Martin will be named as the most outstanding player in this regional. We'll hear the entire all-tournament team in just a little bit. And for Trish Brown, it's been 17 years. Yes, they are having fun. Martin getting a ride from teammate Taylor Wernham. And Trish Brown has come close a few times already, as we mentioned. Charlie, her first season ended in a regional championship loss at Bentley. That was a little bit of a surprise to get there that year. Of course, 3 years ago, a heartbreaking loss against New Haven. But tonight and this weekend, they just would not be denied. Skyhawks unbeaten at home this season. And they kept that blemish off their record. And now we get an all-tournament team announcement. Of course, Sarah Abenizio, which was probably the easiest choice of all.
Oh, easily.
Sensational today, 27 points for the senior. As disappointed as the Devils are, in the end, they'll be able to look back on the best season in their program history. They've put themselves on the map the last couple of years as one of the regional powers. I think we have to credit Jackie Hartzell with a magnificent job.
From Stonehill College,
Elizabeth Grip joins Abenizio and Thomas on the all-tournament team.
She is one of the reasons why this team became so good defensively this season. Tremendous, and again, same
and
today.
Also from Stonehill College, Courtney Walsh.
Courtney Walsh on the all-tournament team. She'll head to South Dakota with 998 career points.
Yeah, she just needed one more. This roof would have just blown off if she got 1,000th.
And now your 2018 East Regional Most Outstanding Player from Stonehill College, Kelly
And the announcement of Kelly Martin as the most outstanding player of the regional.
1 week ago, we saw her taking a picture at the NE10 championship with tears in her eyes when her team lost by 1 in overtime to Bentley. She might have some tears in her eyes now, but a whole different perspective than what we had a week ago.
And that smile is probably not going to leave her face.
Nope.
For a very, very long time.
Trophy to your Stonehill College Skyhawks.
And the seniors about to head out to take the trophy.
Tricia Brown and the Skyhawks.
There we see in the background Sciences Devils leaving the court. Congratulations to them on a great season. But the hardware and the plane ticket belongs to the Stonehill Skyhawks. The 2018 Division II East Regional Champion. And the ladders are out. They'll be cutting down nets. I hope to get some interviews with Doug Tobias shortly. Stonehill was ranked number 1 in the East region in the official regional poll all season long. Ranked nationally. not all season long, but they eventually broke into the national rankings in January, ranked 11th right now. But one thing's for sure, Charlie, they're one of the 8 teams that will be remaining standing after tonight.
Thrill of a lifetime. We talked about during the tournament when games were out of hand and coaches would try to get their bench players out there to just give them that thrill of saying, I played in an NCAA tournament. Well, now this group can say, I played in an NCAA national championship quarterfinal, maybe a semifinal, and who knows? Maybe they'll go right to the final.
So the scoring balance for Stonehill was so important. We've obviously talked about Martin with 18, Grace Carter, a career-high 15, 13 for Elizabeth Britt, more than twice her average. And then the bench players, Gabby Reuter with 3, Monty Diabate with 4, and Jen Warden with 6. Those bench points coming in handy. Sciences, meanwhile, we talked at length about Sarah Abenizio, and she deserves every bit of praise with a game-high 27. Alex Thomas had 11, but it was kind of a tough shooting day. Arissa Yee had 11, many of those coming when the Sciences was trying to come back, but they couldn't do it. So let's hear what Trish Brown, a regional championship coach, has to say right now. She and Kelly Martin are with Doug Tobias.
Thank you very much, guys. Coach, first question, always the toughest. How does it feel?
Wow. I am so emotional right now. I cannot believe I can talk. I am just so proud of this team, and I'm so happy for the senior class and Kelly Martin, because she has led this charge from start to finish, and I'm so happy that we get a chance to go to the Elite Eight. So happy.
Kelly, throughout this game, you scored inside, you scored outside. Your team just played a really well-balanced offensive attack. What did you guys see out there, because you were able to take advantage of it and exploit some of the gaps in Science's defense tonight?
Well, they were switching screens, and we just remained poised throughout the entire game. We have so many threats, it's the reason why we're so good. So we just took advantage of them switching off the ball. So, I mean, we were just super aggressive. We didn't play to lose. This was a good game. We played to win.
Coach, throughout this game tonight, Sciences would try to get back into it. They got within 2 at the end of the third quarter. But each time, you guys seem to get a layup, a big offensive rebound, and a putback. Just talk about how your team found a way to answer all night and keep and remain in that lead.
I know. And first, I have to say congratulations to Sciences. They are a fantastic team and certainly very hard to guard. And we knew we couldn't take a possession off, and that's what we talked about. What was going to be a big play in this game was really a defensive rebound, keeping the ball in front, clean switches, and, you know, our poise and our veteran play showed in that answer every time, for sure.
Kelly, it was a fantastic crowd tonight. When you are getting ready to play in a game like this, I know you feed off the crowd, but do you have to keep yourself in check a little bit and not try to do too much, stay within yourself?
Yeah, we've talked about that all year. We're never too high or too low, but we certainly feed off the crowd, and they're a big reason why we were able to get this win tonight, because they stayed behind us the whole time, even when Sciences went on runs. We remained poised, and they were right there with us.
Coach, I know this game's just a few minutes old, but at the beginning of the year, every team says they want to be here. They want to win the regional. But I don't think people realize just how tough it is. Talk about just the process and how much you enjoyed the process of getting here to this moment.
That's just a great question. And actually, Kelly and I realize how hard it is to get here and to win this game. And honestly, I said 3 years ago at Adelphi, with a kid like Kelly Martin, I knew we'd be back. But it is hard, and that's why our senior leadership made the difference all year. They didn't take a practice off. We competed every day in practice, which got us here. And that's what they were a business-like approach we talked about. You know, they were never too high or too low. Obviously, last Sunday, you know, we lose in overtime to Bentley. Another team would have crashed and burned. You know, there was a lot of emotion to that game, but this team we gave ourselves 24 hours and we moved on. And we have been talking about this since our trip to Europe in the spring. It's where it started. And these guys really did the work to get to that goal. Yeah.
Kelly, as a leader on this team, after that tough loss in the NE10 title game, what did you tell your teammates? Because as your coach alluded to, you got to put that behind you and get ready for the regional. What did you tell your teammates?
I mean, we really had no time to kind of think about that loss. We learned from it for sure, and that was our biggest. I think that showed tonight. We when they came back on runs, we didn't freak out. We played to win the whole game. We didn't play afraid to lose. So we definitely learned from that win. We moved on. We had three good practices, and we came out with 3 big wins this weekend.
Well, Coach Kelly, congratulations. You played really well tonight. Best of luck out in the Elite Eight. All right, yes. Back to you guys. Terrific performance tonight by Stonehill.
Thanks very much, Doug. I don't think that smile is ever going to leave Kelly Martin's face.
And even when Doug just said, see you in the Elite Eight, the look on her face was like, that's right, we are headed to the Elite Eight. Just keep reminding me.
Take a look at some of the numbers. Stonehill out-shooting Sciences 47-37, but it's that three-point shooting percentage. Sciences just 4 of 18. Yes, it's another 4 three-pointer make game for them. They've done it every game this season, but the percentage much lower than usual, and Stonehill took that away from them for the most part.
And that, I'm sure, was Trish Brown's plan coming in to try to keep them at bay. Thought in the first half that the Sciences were able to really run some of their plays well. That middle was open. They were able to get some backdoor cuts, but clearly Trish Brown at halftime made some adjustments. I don't remember one backdoor play that worked for the Sciences in that second half.
Congratulations to the University of the Sciences for a tremendous season, but it's Stonehill that wins the East Region. And Charlie, both of us candidly have Stonehill ties. You do their regular broadcast. I'm actually an alum of the school, and it's nice to see players and coaches that work so hard, that put so much into it, do get the reward. Not everybody does.
For sure. And as Trish Brown alluded to, the team took a trip back in the spring to Europe, one of those bonding trips where they all just get to know each other a little bit better. And you got to give them a lot of credit for the way they lost that heartbreaker in the NE10 championship to Bentley. Even at that time, there was a question as to whether or not the regional would be here or in Waltham. Came here. The rest, as they say, is history.
71-61 is the final score. The Stonehill Skyhawks have been crowned the 2018 Division II East Regional Championship, and they are off to Sioux Falls, South Dakota for the Elite Eight. For my broadcast partner, Charlie Bergeron, and the entire awesome BTV crew here at the Merker Gymnasium this weekend, thank you very much for being with us. Trish Brown ascending the ladder.
We might want to stick around for this.
And a wry smile. She's waited a long time for this.
Oh, boy, has she ever.
And she is certainly going to enjoy it, and so will all the Stonehill players and fans. It's the Skyhawks that take home the trophy here in the East Region. Thanks again for being with us, everybody. Have yourselves a great evening. Good night.